Hey everybody, I just wanted to go over some questions in the learning activity. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'll try to make this nice and sweet. All right, looking at number one here. So number one looks like we have two functions. We have our f of x and g of x. What I need to do is be able to do these different expressions, right? You learned about adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. We're gonna do the same thing here. But the difference is instead of having just one x value, you have two different ones. For example, f of 10 means for the f function, x is equal to 10. And then for the g function, x is equal to 4. Right? So we're going to take those functions. Here I have f of 4, or f of 10, sorry, getting confused. And instead of having the x, I'm going to replace that with a 10. And that's just equal to 3 times 10 minus 5, which is 30 minus 5 is 25. Next one is g of 4. So this is different because you have an exponent now, right? But basically, when you're putting this in your calculator, make sure you put the parentheses for the x value. Or if you have an exponent, you can just kind of put it there, knowing that you need to isolate and do that first before you times it with the other number. So we're going to have 8 times 4 squared plus 7 times 4 plus 4. I'm just going to use my calculator. Let's see, we got 8 parentheses 4 squared plus 7 times 4 plus 4. That should give you 160. Now, this isn't the answer. These are just the pieces. What I need to do to find an answer is take f of 10 plus g of 4, and I found those values to be 25 plus 160. Simplify it out, we get 185 is our answer. All right, so that's how you do that first part. If I was to do it again, this time with multiplication, well, it's going to be the same idea where you have your f and g. In this case, f of 5 is equal to 3 times 5 minus 5, which is 15 minus 5, gives me 10. And then I'll have to use g of 6. Using my calculator, remember to do the parentheses with x squared, put that separately. And then whipping it in, I get a certain way to copy. So we get 8, 6 squared plus 7 times 6 plus 4. That gives me 334. All right, so now I'm trying to do f of 5 times g of 6, which is supposed to be f of 5 is 10 times 3, 34, which just gives me in the end 3,340. Just double check. All right, so those are the two parts for number one. You could do the rest of those, especially with the other problems. Number four, I was getting a question that this was getting a little bit confusing, but it's actually not too bad, all right? So remember, when we have f of 30, this is we're using the function f when x equals 30. Think of this as following a code maybe, right? When you're trying to do like a secret message, you have to do different symbols and it matches this. That's exactly what we're doing here. So f of 30, that's when x equals 30. So there's x equals 30 there. But f of 30 would be this 35, and that's f of 30. All right? If I was to do g of 15, well, that's when x equals 15. Here's your g functions over here. There's x equals 15. And the g of 15 is 65. So in the end, you just have 30 plus 65, which should just give you 95, all right? So you do that for each one of those, and you should be good with that, all right? Again, I could even do this division one. Well, g of 15 is 65. So we have 65 divided by f of 4, which is right here. That's equal to f of 4. So 65 divided by 37. And remember to round to the nearest hundredth, but 65 divided by 37 should give you 1.56, well, 1.76, all right? And that's pretty much it for that one, all right? Number 5 is the same idea, except now you have ordered pairs. So when I have, for example, here I have negative 10 comma 9, That's saying your x and your f of x value. All right, this is similar to what we said, how f of x is like the y value of ordered pairs. All right, so if I was to do again, let's do multiply. Let's do this one right here. So I got to find -10. So that looks like it's going to be x equals -10 right here. And there's my f of x value, which is 9, times my g of 16. Well, where's g of 16? That's going to be right here. And that is going to be my function value of that. That's g of 16, which is 84. So we got 9 times 84, and that equals 756. All right. So that's pretty much how you do those. Please take your time with these. You can do these as many times as you want. Remember, you get 3 tries before it resets. But other than that, good luck.